Going on a trip, sir?
I'm going to my bank to open an account. Don't know how long it'll take. So many forms to fill now.
Come to People's Bank. It will only take 10 minutes.
Debit card, mobile and internet banking along with cardless cash facilities can now be open in just 10 minutes with no form filling with People's Bank Digital Banking.
Thank you very much for letting me know. It took less time than finishing my morning cup of tea.
People's Bank Digital Banking, your ultimate convenience.
In a few moments, the news.
Digital accounts can now be opened in 10 minutes. People's Bank Digital Banking, your ultimate convenience.
This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
6:45 a.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by J. Yogaraj and read by Mario Vijayavardhana. The headlines. The President to consider BASL's proposals for restoring political economic stability. Lanka IOC also limits dispensing fuel to vehicles. The Immigration and Emigration Department to resume normal services from today. Power interruption schedule for May 9th announced. Minister Janaka Vakkumbura says the process of providing compensation to the farmers who were affected during the Maha season has commenced. The Examinations Department says the admission cards for the GCE ordinary level candidates have been posted already. In news overseas, Philippines election, Marcos family eye return to power as country votes. In sports news, Man City thrash Newcastle to go 3 clear at top. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has told the Bar Association of Sri Lanka BASL that he would take into account acting constitutionally with regard to the proposals put forward by the BASL. This was conveyed during a discussion held between the President and BASL members earlier yesterday. The Management Committee of the BASL called on President Rajapaksa at the President's house at the Association Secretariat at their request to discuss the proposals of the BASL to restore political and economic stability in the country. The committee also met Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa at his invitation at the Temple Trees. The BASL has drawn the attention of the President and the Prime Minister to the urgency in establishing political stability in the country and explained its proposals, including the formation of a government of national unity. The President of the BASL also informed the President that the association is concerned about the declaration of the state of emergency in Sri Lanka. Lanka IOC, LIOC Indian Oil subsidiary in Sri Lanka has also decided to limit dispensing fuel volumes for vehicles at filling stations, mirroring the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation's move. The move will come into effect from today, the 9th of May. Accordingly, filling stations are permitted to dispense fuel worth only 2,000 rupees for motorcycles at a single time. For three-wheelers, the limit has been set at 3,000 rupees. The maximum amount of fuel allowed to be pumped into cars, vans and SUVs is worth 8,000 rupees. However, the restrictions are not applied to buses, lorries and other vehicles used for commercial purposes. The Ceylon Petroleum Corporation put restrictions on dispensing fuel volumes to vehicles on the 5th of May in an attempt to prevent a shortage of fuel and to curb fuel-related irregularities. The Department of Immigration and Emigration says arrangements have been made to resume the activities of issuing passports with effect from today, the 9th of May, only under the normal service, suspended due to an urgent repair in the computer system, except for one-day services. Accordingly, the applications of the applicants who have made prior appointments to obtain normal services for the 5th, 6th and 9th of May will be accepted. Further, the applications of those who obtained a number or seal from the department by visiting to hand over the forms to get the passports issued under normal services on the 5th of May will also be accepted. In a media release, the Controller General of Immigration and Emigration noted that it is essential to make an appointment to hand over applications for passports with effect from Tuesday, the 10th of May. Appointments can be made by visiting the official website of the department via www.immigration.gov.lk or through contact numbers 070-710-1061. Technical staff of the department expeditiously attend to the restoration of the computer system to issue passports under the one-day service at present, and measures will be taken to accept applications for one-day services as soon as possible, the statement said further. However, the other services provided by the department's head office and the services provided by the regional offices and the immigration and immigration services at airports are in progress as usual. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Digital accounts can now be opened in 10 minutes. People's Bank Digital Banking, your ultimate convenience.
The Public Utilities Commission of Sri Lanka PUCSL says it has approved the Ceylon Electricity Board's request to impose power cuts lasting 3 hours and 20 minutes for today. Accordingly, the power cuts have been scheduled as follows: areas A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V and W, 2 hours between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m, 1 hour and 20 minutes between 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. Area C, 3 hours from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Areas M, N, O, XYZ, 3 hours from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Once again, areas A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, 2 hours between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m, 1 hour and 20 minutes between 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. Area CC, 3 hours from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Areas M, N, O, XYZ, 3 hours from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Minister Janaka Wakkumbura says the process of providing compensation to the farmers who were affected during the Maha season has commenced. The farmers were affected due to the lack of fertilizers and the unavailability of chemical fertilizers. The minister also assured that the arrangements have been made to provide stocks of fertilizer, including chemical fertilizers, in advance to the farmers this time to avoid last-minute rushes. The necessary irrigation facilities will also be provided to the farmers for the forthcoming Yala and Maha seasons.
Debit card, mobile and internet banking along with cardless cash facilities can now be open in just 10 minutes with no form filling with People's Bank Digital Banking.
Thank you very much for letting me know. It took less time than finishing my morning cup of tea.
People's Bank Digital Banking, your ultimate convenience.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
The examination department says the admission cards for the GCE ordinary level candidates have been posted already. The Examination Commissioner General Dharmasena says the admission cards for the school candidates have been posted to the respective school principals and to the private candidates via post. Further details could be obtained by visiting the official website www.donets.lk, that's DOENETS.lk.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
This is Watchlight.
The health sector points out that unnecessary gatherings should be minimized during these days. The director of the Colombo Lady Ridgeway Hospital, Dr. S. Vijay Surya, said that if the people follow the health guidelines further, a risk of the recreation of another corona wave can be prevented. He requests the public to adhere to the health guidelines strictly during these days. The government plans to administer the 4th dose. In the first phase, the government plans to implement the 4th dose of vaccinations to the 60 and above age group.
Coming up, World News.
In world news headlines, Philippines election, Marcos family eye return to power as country votes. Ukraine war, first ladies meet as US announces new sanctions. Ukraine war, Zelensky says 60 people killed after bomb hits school. Voting has begun in the Philippines as millions head to the polls today to choose their next president. The man tipped to win the presidency is Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr., the son of the nation's former dictator. If polls suggesting a landslide victory pan out, it will mean the powerful Marcos political dynasty will sweep back into office. His closest rival is Leni Robredo, who beat Mr. Marcos in the 2016 vice presidential elections. US First Lady Jill Biden has met her Ukrainian counterpart Olena Zelenska in Ukraine as Washington announced further sanctions on Moscow. The two First Ladies met at a school in the border town of Uzhhorod. It was Mrs. Zelenska's first appearance in public since the Russian invasion of Ukraine began on the 24th of February. The US imposed new sanctions including visa curbs on 2,600 Russian and Belarusian individuals in response to the Russian invasion. Around 60 people were killed after a bomb hit a school in East Ukraine. President Vladimir Zelensky has said earlier the governor of Luhansk region, Serhiy Haidai, said 90 people had been sheltering in the building in Bilorkva and 30 were rescued. Mr. Haidai said a Russian plane had dropped the bomb on Saturday. Russia has not commented. Luhansk has seen fierce combat as Russian troops and separatist fighters seek to surround government forces. And now the main points of the world news segment once again. Philippines election, Marcos family I return to power as country votes. Ukraine war, First Ladies meet as US announces new sanctions. Ukraine war, Zelensky says 60 people killed after bomb hit school.
Development News is brought to you by Let's take coal out of the coconut tree and make the island thriving and prosperous. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
The government plans to provide relief assistance to the fishing community. The fuel relief assistance will be provided to the fishing community. A fuel subsidy too will be provided. The Ministry of Fishing and Aquaculture has made the relevant arrangements.
Development News was brought to you by the coconut tree is well grown in almost all the parts of the island. It is an exceptional source of extra income. The shell, the husk and almost all the parts of the coconut tree makes you money, providing you with an excellent extra source of income. It will also help to nourish the economy of the country. You will be guided with all necessary informations regarding the coconut cultivation, with the novel cultivation techniques and all other related and upgraded informations by the Coconut Research Institute, Lunavilla. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928. Sports News is brought to you by
Sampath Bank. We present your future.
In soccer news, Manchester City shrugged off the disappointment of their Champions League semi-final exit at Real Madrid to sweep aside Newcastle United and open a 3-point lead at the top of the Premier League. The reigning champions took advantage of Liverpool's draw with Tottenham Hotspur with an impressive response that only strengthened their position at the Premier League summit but also markedly improved their goal difference.
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB U Trust.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Lanka IOC has posted a net profit of 3.37 billion rupees for March 2022. This is nearly a 250% increase against the profits of 968 million rupees reached in the same quarter in 2021. An entity of the Indian Oil Corporation said that its revenue for the December quarter was 29 billion rupees, which is also a 42% increase as against the same quarter in 2021.
Business News, sponsored by
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB U Trust.
And now in economic news, Finnish-based serial entrepreneur Service Farm CEO Iranti Gomez, who made history by becoming the first ever Sri Lankan to enter Forbes 30 under 30 list for Europe in 2022, plans to recruit Sri Lankan employees to reach out to Asian software markets. Gomez, who's originally from Sri Lanka and now living in Finland, co-founded Service Farm alongside her life and business partner Jaakko Okasnen in 2018 with a team of 30 people. Within 5 months, the team has now grown to almost 50 people after finding its first customers in early 2018. Service Farm is currently used by service businesses in the UK, the US and Australia and is available in 4 different languages.
The weather report.
The Met Department says cloudy skies will prevail over most parts of the island. Showers or thundershows will occur at times in the western, Sabaragamas, central and northwestern provinces and in the Gala and Mathura districts. Fairly heavy showers above 50 millimeters may occur at some places in these areas. Several spells of showers will occur in the northern province and in the Anuradhapura district. Showers or thundershowers may occur at a few places in the Uva and eastern provinces during the evening or night. The general public is kindly requested to take adequate precautions to minimize the damages caused by temporary localized strong winds and lightning during the thundershowers. This weather report was issued this morning at 5:30 a.m. Further details could be obtained by visiting the official website of the department. Meanwhile, the international weather forecast website AccuWeather.com reports that the day's weather will be bright with occasional showers. Today's daytime temperature would be around 32 degrees Celsius. There will be light showers in many places in the Colombo district in the night. Tonight's temperature will be around 27 degrees Celsius and there will be scattered showers in select spots late in the night. The ground temperature would be 25 degrees Celsius at the time of this news broadcast. The air quality index AQI is 42, which shows a fair condition in Colombo. The air quality is generally acceptable for most individuals. However, sensitive groups may experience minor to moderate symptoms from long-term exposure. That was the weather report. And now the headlines of this news broadcast once again. The President to consider BASL's proposals for restoring political economic stability. Lanka IOC also limits dispensing fuel to vehicles. The Immigration and Immigration Department to resume normal services from today. Power interruption schedule for the 9th of May announced. Minister Janaka Vakkumbura says the process of providing compensation to the farmers who were affected during the Maha season has commenced. The examination department says the admission cards for the GCE ordinary level candidates have been posted already. In news overseas, Philippines election, Marcos Familiae returned to power as country votes. In sports news, Man City thrash Newcastle to go 3 clear at top. That concludes this news broadcast.